Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
All right, so we're talking about Virginia, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. There was also some depressing news out of South Dakota.
Well, I mean, let's talk about Virginia first. I'm not aware of South Dakota.
Oh, it's relevant to this story. Go ahead, take it.
So, for 4 years of my life, I lived in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Shout out to Shark City, 757. Stand up. Hampton Roads is a beautiful place to visit, not some place that I would ever live again. And yeah, it's about 20 years in the past, and things close at 9 or 10 o'clock. It is one of those kinds of places. And when you live in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and you're not used to that kind of life, especially coming from a larger city like Dallas, it's very aggravating to have a good time. All that to say is that place was extremely oppressive. If you weren't a blue-collar person, good luck. The arts are not appreciated there unless you have millions of dollars. And I mean, it's some kind of weird kind of abstract thing you're in with a bunch of richie poo people. But, the arts are not celebrated there. The STEM is not celebrated there. It's military, HVAC, plumbing, electrician, welder, pipe fitter. If you're in those fields, you're in those jobs, you're an iron worker, you're a part of a union, like a construction, you're going to get all the love there. Oil, you're going to get all the love there. If you're doing anything else, I'm not talking about a medical field, meh. Engineering, So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's really, really difficult for that kind of thing to pop off there. So, all that said, there is huge problems there with what we're going to get into this story about. I don't know, Heero, if you're going to pop it up on the screen. If you have an article about it, if you wanted to pop it up, go ahead and do that so the beautiful people who are watching can see. Virginia's at a crossroads. Virginia's at a huge crossroads because it is a Commonwealth state, or as I like to say, communist wealth. Let me tell you how bad it is there. It's funny. We had a running joke is there was a parking tax. If you own a car, you have to pay state property tax every year, and it is 10% of the blue book value. Robbery. Secondly, you have to pay tax on anything you own. There's a 6% income tax for the state. There's a property tax for your house. The state property tax for your house on top of your regular city property tax. And again, it's based on a percentage of the value of your home. It is really, really, really bad living there. I mean, it's one of the most progressively taxed places. Okay, perfect example. If you work overtime there, you're going to give the government 46% of your money working overtime. It's actually beneficial to get a second job and get straight pay. Anyway, all that to say, these are some of the struggles they have there in Virginia. Virginia lawmakers passed marijuana legalization bills. Why are people so huffy-puffy or puffy-puffy about it? I hope y'all like what I did there. Is because cannabis can be grown anywhere. And if they grow it in secret, you cannot tax people for possessing it, nor can you arrest them anymore for possessing it. You go and start looking at the arrest there for nonviolent crimes. Oh, you're going to absolutely understand what's going on. So, if you're not aware of how this works, it's very simple. I arrest you. I look for weed. Weed's the easiest thing and the cheapest thing to get next to crack. Get that. I pat you down, or I have some on me and I plant it on you. And Heero knows full well of this thing going down on a consistent basis. We've seen it in way too many states. I've seen way too many people over there get popped for weed. I'm just saying. And now, what do? What do we do? I can't pull you over and pull you out of the car and pat you down for weed anymore. I can't stop and frisk you on the street. No more Terry stops for weed. The things that I have to arrest you for and convict you for when it comes to a drug crime is completely diminished. What do I do? Why are they getting so puffy about it? Is because you got a lot of the old guard there. A lot of the old guard. A lot of the South Shore Rise Again kind of people. And they don't want to see what they consider a quote unquote gateway drug, even though it's not. It's just a little weed. It's not a gateway drug. It's a sit in the couch and get the munchies kind of a drug. Like, you ain't harming nobody. So this is the problem that I see with these people. They just continue to find ways to have a little subsection of the people subjected to laws that they know are legitimately discriminatory, instead of focusing on being more like an Oregon. I'm just saying. What you think, Heero?
There's a lot to. I'm straight up. This needs to be stated. If you don't know this, but I think every single drug should be legal. Devil's dandruff, booger sugar, crack cocaine, heroin, the blue crystal shit from Breaking Bad, whatever the hell, Judge Dredd, slow-mo drugs, all that shit should be legal. Because if you can allow people to drink, smoke, we literally have to put on the label of cigarettes that it will give you lung cancer. The one thing that everyone fears. And people still do it. The reason why drugs are illegal is because depending on who makes it or who can mass produce it, if it's a bunch of brown hair, curly hair motherfuckers, nah, we can't have them being rich. Like the alcohol and cigarette company moguls. We can't have that. The thing that's kind of disappointing about Virginia signing this bill today is that it won't be enacted till 2024, which leaves a host of time for them to chip away at it, for them to downsize it. The legislators of this bill were still putting out arguments in court about how this drug, that weed, is a drug that has caused over 750 overdoses in Virginia. And when asked to make those stats appear, they had to strike it from the record. The lengths that old, bitter, or whatever, these are like lame people, because when I think of the 70s, all I think about is a bunch of people, hippies, doing drugs. So these had to be the motherfuckers who were never invited to a party. These old granny panty wearing ass motherfuckers. Like, they just had no other place to be other than at home on a Saturday night flipping through Nick at Night. Go fuck yourself. Like, the lengths that people will go to guarantee that poor, socially, economically distraught people stay in those positions is beyond me. And of course, this 2-year process, why is it going to take them 2 years to implement something that could literally be changed overnight? Because Virginia, for all its great works, has 4 private prisons that they have to now actively get prepared to evacuate on. Because those private prisons don't make money anymore. And you want to know why this bill is going to go into effect? Is because our contract with the state with them expires in 2025. We are doing this with a good faith action in mind, but it's not really working in our favor, right? It's not really helping us in our favor. It's not really doing anything to kind of push this idea forward. And this takes me back to South Dakota. Why I said South Dakota's story was so sad. South Dakota's story is sad because they have a progressive governor who is wanting to move this forward because they need prison reform immediately out there. They're literally putting more people in South Dakota in jail than they have people living there. That's crazy for simple-minded drug possession charges. And that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the issue. But they took it to the judge that the governor, I know the governor feels dumb as fuck right now because the governor was the person who brought this judge on. And she said this isn't something that can be amended. It's so ingrained in this country to punish people for drugs that is literally part of certain states' constitution. So it's not something that could be amended. It's something that needs to be referendum. It needs to be a referendum. And in order for that to take place, it has to go through legislators who are chomping at the bits to see to it that that weed isn't legal. How? And I often say, if you really want to know how racist somebody is, offer them $100 not to be racist and see what they say. Colorado has made so much goddamn money that they have started paying schools to spend money. Hey, go buy all the kids Apple products and everyone gets a fucking iPad at public schools. The money is there, but when you have poor people, you have to ask yourself, and this might not be a choice of racism, but it's tied to it in a way. When you have a social economic situation where you can keep people below the bar, it begs me to wonder what's possessing you to keep pushing the nail into the coffins of these people. What benefit do you have from keeping the children, the same 27% of children in America that are going to bed hungry tonight? The same 17% children who can't get their schoolwork done because they don't have high-speed internet. The over 80% of people who are within 4 miles of a COVID vaccine but can't get it because they literally don't know how to communicate that the vaccine is available for them. Whenever someone starts saying shit about, woe is me, woe is the kids, what will happen? Fuck those people, because they don't care about you. They don't. No. It's not in their best interest to care about you, because if they did, they'd give you health care. Because if they did, they would let you have these educational situations. If they did, food stamp wouldn't be a discussion of what if the person goes and gets lobster. Who cares? It's $200. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's your $200.
Don't get lobster. Be responsible.
You can't tell nobody how to handle their money. I'm not gonna give you $200 to tell you.
It's not their money.
It is their money once they give it to them. It is your money. And who's to say they never paid taxes? See, Eric's one of those people. Don't be like Eric. Just let them have whatever the hell they want to have.
No. What I'm saying is be responsible. The majority of people that are on government assistance.
You're not going to lecture somebody.
Have kids.
You're not going to lecture somebody.
No, hold on. Listen, I'm telling you what I've seen with my own eyes. So back when my freshman year of college, I worked at HEB. And the thing that I hated the most, and this is old school, this is 2004, before like the cards and all that stuff got really popular. Like this was back when you got a WIC card and you literally had to write on the WIC card. And you know what I used to see people come through the line and get? They come up in the cart, they got 1 or 2 kids in the cart, and then they had items. I have a job. They don't. And they eating better than me. And this is food that their children cannot consume because they're too small. And I always would ask myself, I was like, is this what you're going to do? I said, you're going to take this money and buy this. What about what your kids need? Yeah, you got milk. Yeah, you got bread. Yeah, you got peanut butter. You didn't get no vegetables. You didn't get no fruit. You didn't get nothing that was actually nutritional for your children. This is the problem I'm talking about. If you're a single person and you're on government assistance and it's just you, if you want to go buy lobster, damn it, I'm going to say whatever. I can't control what you do. But if you're being irresponsible with government funds that are given to you and entrusted to you to make good decisions for rearing your children, and you're blowing it on lobster and steak, I got huge problems with that. I got huge problems with it. I'm just saying, like, Heero, do you disagree with what I'm saying? Seriously.
Of course
like,
not.
These are people who had kids don't ask to be here. They don't ask to be here. So if they're going to be here, then you need to do right by them. And if you're not, if you're going to not go buy fruits, vegetable, and nutritional food to ensure the health of your kids, but you're gonna go take the government funds and go buy a lobster and steak and ball out for a couple nights. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not with that. We already are behind physically, mentally, scholastically, but it's for poor decisions like this. We gotta recondition our people to not think that it's okay to go do that. Like somebody had to go work so that there was money to be able to be distributed to you. Me, you, all the people here in this chat are out here busting hump so that some people who are less fortunate and less privileged than we are have the ability to eat and really rear up their children and them being irresponsible. And I don't fool with it. We are the ones that are the most affected by all of this crap, and also, just in my estimation, are just as irresponsible as the people who don't look like us. We got to be better about it. We just got to be better about it. I don't give a dang what anybody else is doing, but if you look like me and you being irresponsible with the funds that I'm partially responsible for enabling you to have, I expect you to do better than the rest of these jokers out here. That's my 2 cents.
The fact is, a lot of these things could be funded, and the pressure of it being the taxpayer's job versus the sales tax that is supposed to be helping to fund the state could be doing this. If police were and let me just give you this for perspective. Greensboro, I believe it's Greensboro or Green something, Colorado. They had over a surplus of 153 of sexual assault kits that were left uncompleted because of 2 reasons. 1, manpower, and 2, for every kit it costs $1,200 to make. Mm-hmm. The fact that people and this shit's gonna sound crazy. The fact is, once they stopped chasing people for weed, all those cases got closed. All those cases got completed.
I'm saying, bro.
So
say that again for the slow people in the back.
All I'm saying is, if we could, for a second, if this country could just give up this fucking rat race of pursuing drugs, maybe we could start solving some real crimes. And I'm not saying a belligerent idiot on a high running around eating people's face isn't something we need to be concerned with. But prior to the fact is, only 18% of major crimes get solved in this country. I guarantee you, if the officers weren't busy planning drugs on 16% of the people in jail right now, we wouldn't really be worried about this. So that's just a story. That's just our opinion on it. We'd love to know what you think, but you can tell us all about it because Eric's going to tell you where they can find us. Or not.
Make sure you hit that. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Go ahead and hit that share. Hit that notification bell. Set it to all. Get down with us there in the comment section. But legitimately, what I need you guys to do is go on over to Facebook, hit that follow, hit that share, and just let us know what it is, man. Let us know what y'all think. Go ahead and get your people to get on board and identify with us, man. We're on Twitch, we're on Anchor, we got all the links on there. We got a link tree, it's right down in the description. Go ahead and click that. It'll take you to all of our stuff, TikTok, to Instagram. Telling you, Visa. We need to change our name. We need a sponsorship from Visa, man, because we everywhere that people need to be.
I thought they only give that to like tennis players. I want to be a tennis player sponsor. Like, yeah, that's the goal right there. That's the goal right there.
Hey, but hold on 1 second, bro.
Want me to mute you?
Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope that in the side, slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. We're working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night, don't care who's wrong or right. I hope that in the sight, slow it down and we can catch the vibes.